Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Before we begin, if these sleep stories bring you peace, I'd be grateful if you'd take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps others discover these restful journeys too. But for now, let everything else fade away. This is your time to rest, to tend to what needs tending, to find peace among the growing things. Let's take a few moments to prepare your body and mind for tonight's gentle work. There's nowhere else you need to be. Just allow yourself to be here, ready to enter the greenhouse where memories grow. Find your most comfortable position. Let your body be fully supported. Adjust anything you need. This is your time for deep, restorative rest. Bring awareness to your breathing. You don't need to change it, just notice it. The gentle rise and fall of your chest, the soft flow of air moving in and out, like a breeze moving through a garden. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently and release it slowly, letting it carry away any tension you've been holding. Again, breathe in slowly, hold and release, feeling your body sink deeper into comfort with each breath. One more time, breathing in peace, holding that calm, and breathing out anything you no longer need to carry. Now, let your breathing return to its natural rhythm, easy and effortless, like the breath of growing things. Feel your forehead becoming smooth and soft. Any lines of worry or tension melt away. Your forehead is calm, relaxed, at peace. Your eyes are gently closed, the muscles around them soft and loose. There's nothing you need to see right now. You're safe to rest, safe to let go. Feel your jaw releasing, teeth slightly apart. Your tongue rests softly. Your whole face is peaceful and serene. Your neck and shoulders, where we carry so much, feel them softening now, letting go, dropping away from your ears, heavy and relaxed. Your arms rest comfortably, heavy and warm. A gentle wave of relaxation flows down through your shoulders, elbows, forearms, hands and fingers, leaving them soft and still. Your chest rises and falls with each easy breath. Your heart beats steadily, calmly. Your whole torso is relaxed, supported, at ease. Feel your back against the surface beneath you. Any tension dissolves, melting away like ice in warm sunshine. Your legs are heavy and warm. Feel relaxation moving down your thighs, past your knees, into your calves, down through ankles, feet, all the way to your toes. Your entire body rests in deep, peaceful relaxation, heavy, warm, comfortable, and still. And your mind, your beautiful mind, give it permission to rest now. Thoughts may come like seeds drifting on the wind. Let them come and go. You don't need to hold them or plant them. Just let them drift. You are safe. You are warm. You are ready to tend your garden. In a moment, we'll visit a greenhouse where memories grow as plants, a place where you can tend to what you've experienced, where happy memories bloom as flowers and difficult ones grow as trees that provide shelter. A story where nothing urgent happens. No judgment, no rushing, just peaceful tending and gentle care. If you drift away into sleep at any point, that's perfect. That's exactly what this is for. Take one more deep breath in and out. Now, let's begin. You stand on a stone path that winds through a garden in the evening light. The sun has just set, and the sky above holds that last glow of twilight, deep blue, fading to purple at the horizon. The air is cool, but not cold, perfect for a quiet walk. The path is made of smooth stones, worn by many footsteps over many years. Moss grows between some of them, soft and green. On either side of the path, winter sleeping gardens rest under mulch and frost, waiting for spring. But ahead, you can see something glowing in the gathering darkness. A greenhouse. It sits at the end of the path, a structure of glass and iron painted white, glowing from within with warm golden light. Steam rises gently from vents at the top, creating soft clouds that drift up into the evening sky. Even from here, you can feel the promise of warmth, of life, of growing things thriving in the winter night. This is your greenhouse. This is the place where your memories grow. You walk slowly down the path, in no hurry. Your footsteps are quiet on the stones. The evening is peaceful, silent except for the soft sound of your breathing and the distant hoot of an owl greeting the night. As you approach the greenhouse, you notice details. The glass panels are old, but well maintained, each one fitted perfectly into its iron frame. The white paint on the ironwork is fresh and clean. The door is wooden, painted the same white, with a brass handle that's been polished smooth by use. A small sign beside the door is carved from wood and painted in simple letters. It reads, "The Memory Garden. All are welcome here." You reach for the door handle. It's warm to the touch, warmed by the heat inside. You turn it and push the door open. Warmth rushes out to greet you, carrying with it the most wonderful scent. You step inside and close the door gently behind you. The change is immediate and enveloping. The cool evening is left outside. Here, inside the greenhouse, it's warm and humid, the air rich with life. The greenhouse is larger inside than it seemed from outside, or perhaps it simply feels that way because of how full it is. Plants grow everywhere, in beds and pots and hanging baskets, on shelves and trellises, and climbing up the iron framework itself. It's a jungle of green, a forest of growth, a celebration of life. But these aren't ordinary plants. As you look closer, you begin to understand. Each plant here is a memory. Each one represents something you've experienced, something you've felt, something that's part of your story. The happy memories grow as flowers. You can see them scattered throughout the greenhouse, blooms in every color imaginable. Roses and daisies, lilies and orchids, sunflowers and forget-me-nots. Each one is perfect, each one beautiful, each one holding within it a moment of joy or love or peace. The difficult memories grow as trees, not small trees, but substantial ones, their roots deep in the earth beds, their branches reaching up and spreading wide. Oak and maple, willow and birch, they're strong and healthy, these trees. They don't bloom with flowers, but their leaves are green and full, and they provide shelter and shade and a sense of safety. The bittersweet memories, the ones that hold both joy and sadness, grow as vines. They wind around the trees, climb the trellises, reach across the space. Ivy and wisteria, honeysuckle and clematis. They connect things, these vines, linking happy and sad, past and present, growth and loss. And scattered among all of these are small seedlings, new memories just beginning to take root, not yet fully formed, not yet fully understood. They're tender and green, full of potential, waiting to see what they'll become. A stone path winds through the greenhouse, smooth and dry, despite the humidity. Small lanterns hang from hooks along the path, their warm light supplementing the soft glow that seems to come from the plants themselves. At the center of the greenhouse is a small clearing with a wooden bench, a potting table, and various tools for gardening. A watering can, pruning shears, a trowel, gloves, everything you might need to tend the garden. You walk slowly along the path, taking it all in. The warmth seeps into you, relaxing muscles you didn't know were tense. The humidity is gentle on your skin, on your breathing. The scent is incredible, layers upon layers. Rich earth and green growth, flowers sweet and subtle, the mineral smell of water, the woody scent of bark and leaves. This is your garden. These are your memories, and you're here to tend them. The flower beds of joy. You begin your work where you always begin, with the flowers. The happy memories that bloom bright and beautiful, that need regular care to stay vibrant and healthy. You kneel beside a bed of roses, deep red and perfectly formed. Each rose here is a memory of love. Love given, love received, love witnessed. You touch one gently, and the memory floods back. A moment of connection, of warmth, of belonging. You can feel it as clearly as when it happened, that feeling of being loved and loving in return. The roses are healthy and strong, but some of the older blooms are beginning to fade. This is natural. Memories dim with time if we don't tend them. You take your pruning shears and gently deadhead the fading blooms, making space for new growth. As each old bloom falls away, you thank it for what it gave you, for the beauty it held. The petals fall softly to the soil below, where they'll decompose and feed the roots, turning old beauty into nourishment for new growth. New buds are forming on the stems, tight and green with promise. New moments of love are always coming, always ready to bloom when the time is right. You touch these buds gently, encouraging them, letting them know they're welcome, that there's space for them in the garden. You move to a patch of daisies, bright and cheerful, their white petals surrounding golden centers like tiny suns. These are memories of simple joys. A perfect cup of coffee on a quiet morning, a song that came on the radio and made you smile, the warmth of sun on your face on the first warm day of spring, a joke that made you laugh until your sides hurt, small moments that brought light to ordinary days. The daisies are exuberant, spreading and multiplying, filling their space with enthusiasm. There are so many of them, you realize. Simple joys are more abundant than we sometimes remember. You thin them gently, transplanting some to other areas of the greenhouse, making sure they have room to grow without crowding each other or other plants. Even small joys need space to be appreciated fully, to stand out as individual moments rather than blurring together. Some of the transplanted daisies you place near the base of the difficult trees where they can grow in the shade, bringing small lights into darker spaces. This feels right. Simple joys can exist alongside difficulty. They don't erase pain, but they provide relief, moments of respite and beauty. A climbing rose grows up a trellis near the greenhouse's south-facing wall. Its blooms a soft, peachy pink that catches the light beautifully. This is a memory of achievement, of working towards something difficult and reaching it. You remember the satisfaction, the pride, the sense of capability, the journey to reach this goal with all its challenges and setbacks, and then the moment of success, sweet and hard-earned. The rose climbs high and strong, its thorns a reminder that the journey had challenges, had moments that hurt, had obstacles that had to be carefully navigated. But the blooms at the top are worth every difficulty, every thorn prick, every moment of doubt. You check the ties that hold the rose to the trellis, making sure they're secure, but not too tight, allowing for growth. Some memories of achievement need to be anchored properly so we can look back at them and feel that pride again when we need it, when we're facing new challenges and need to remember that we're capable. A bed of lavender grows near the path where you'll walk most often. Its purple spikes, fragrant and calming. These are memories of peace, of moments when everything felt right, when you felt settled and whole. Lying in grass watching clouds, sitting by water and feeling your breathing slow, waking naturally with sun on your face and know where you had to be. You run your hands through the lavender, releasing its scent into the warm air. The smell is immediately soothing, bringing with it that sense of peace the memories hold. You make a mental note to harvest some of this lavender later, to dry it and keep it in your bedroom, to have access to this peace whenever you need it. Sunflowers tower in one corner of the greenhouse, their huge golden faces turned toward the glass ceiling, where the most light enters. These are memories of brightness, of times when everything felt possible, when hope and optimism filled you. Starting a new project with excitement, making plans for the future with joy rather than anxiety, believing in yourself and your path forward. They're tall and strong, these sunflowers, standing proud above most other plants. You water them generously, making sure their deep roots stay hydrated. Optimism needs nurturing, or it can wither, especially in difficult times. You want these memories of hope to remain strong and accessible. You notice a small forget-me-not blooming in a shaded corner, its flowers so tiny and delicate you almost missed it. This is a quiet memory, something small but precious that you don't want to lose. A kind word from a stranger when you were having a bad day. A moment of unexpected beauty that made you stop and really look. A small act of compassion you witnessed that restored your faith in people. The forget-me-not is aptly named, you think. It asks you not to forget, to keep remembering this small but significant moment. You make sure it has what it needs, that it's not being overshadowed by larger plants. You give it a little more light, a little more water. Even the smallest joys deserve to be remembered and tended. Near the forget-me-not, a patch of violets grows in the rich soil beneath a fern. These are memories of quiet contentment, of feeling satisfied with what you have rather than always reaching for more. Appreciation for a comfortable home, gratitude for enough food to eat, the pleasure of having nothing urgent to do on a Sunday afternoon. The violets are modest but beautiful, their purple and white blooms nodding gently. You thin them lightly and add some compost around their base, enriching the soil. A small lemon tree grows in a large terracotta pot, its leaves glossy and green, small white blossoms opening with intense fragrance. This is a memory of possibility and potential, of things not yet fully realized but promised. Dreams you're still pursuing, goals you're working toward. The tree is young but healthy, its trunk straight and strong. A few small green fruits are beginning to form where flowers have been pollinated. You check the soil moisture and add some citrus fertilizer. Possibility needs the right nutrients to develop into reality. The work is peaceful, meditative. Your hands move with practice and care, watering here, pruning there, supporting this plant, making space for that one. Each touch is gentle, each action purposeful. You're not forcing anything, just tending, just caring for what's already there. The flowers respond to your care, seeming to bloom more brightly, to stand a little taller, to release their fragrances more generously. After tending the flowers, you move to the trees. These are harder to approach, but no less important. Perhaps more important in their way. The trees represent the difficult memories, loss and grief, pain and struggle, fear and disappointment. They've grown large and strong, these trees, their roots deep in the soil of your experience, their branches spreading wide across the greenhouse. You stand before a large oak tree, its trunk thick and solid, its bark rough under your hand. This is a memory of loss, of someone or something that's no longer part of your life. The grief is old now, the sharp edges worn smooth by time. But the memory remains, solid and permanent, like the oak itself. The oak is healthy despite its difficult origin. Its leaves are green and full, rustling softly in the warm air currents. Birds have nested in its branches, and you can see them now, small lives finding shelter in something that grew from sorrow. This is what difficult memories can become, you realize. Not gone, not healed in the sense of disappearing, but transformed into something that provides shelter and strength. The grief doesn't go away, but it becomes something that can hold other things, support other growth. You check the oak's roots, making sure they have room to spread, that they're not being constricted by the greenhouse's foundation or by other plants crowding too close. Difficult memories need space. They need to be acknowledged, not pushed down or confined to corners where they'll become twisted and unhealthy. The oak's roots are healthy, spreading wide and deep, stable and strong. You clear away some smaller plants that were growing too close, giving the oak the space it deserves. A willow tree grows near a small pool of water built into the greenhouse floor, its branches drooping gracefully toward the water's surface, its leaves trailing and creating curtains of green. This is a memory of sadness, of times when tears came easily and often, when everything felt heavy and gray. The willow was beautiful in its sorrow, elegant and full, its reflection perfect in the still water below. You understand now that sadness isn't something to be cut away or removed. It's part of the garden, part of the ecosystem of your emotional landscape. The willow's roots drink deep from the pool, turning sadness into growth, into the energy that produces new leaves, new branches, new life. Sadness has its place. It's not the opposite of joy, but part of the full range of human experience. You prune away a few dead branches from the willow, the ones that served their purpose and are now ready to return to the earth. Some aspects of sadness can be released, not the memory itself, not the experience, but the parts that no longer serve, that have become brittle and lifeless, that drain energy rather than contributing to growth. The willow thanks you by rustling its leaves in the warm air, seeming lighter somehow, more graceful. A maple tree stands tall and straight in the eastern section of the greenhouse, its bark showing the scars of its growth, places where branches were lost, where damage occurred, all healed over now, but still visible. This is a memory of struggle, of times when everything felt difficult, when you had to fight for every small gain, when progress came only through enormous effort. The maple is strong because of this struggle, not despite it. Its wood is hard and dense, capable of bearing weight without breaking. You notice a swing hanging from one of its sturdy branches, placed there by your past self, a reminder that even struggle can eventually provide joy, that something hard can become something that supports pleasure and rest. You sit on the swing for a moment, gently rocking, looking up through the maple's branches at the glass ceiling beyond and the stars just becoming visible in the darkening sky. The difficult memory is still there, still real, but it's become something you can rest within, something that holds you safely. The struggle made you stronger, taught you things you needed to know about your own resilience and capability. You wouldn't wish to go through it again, but you can be grateful for what it taught you, for the strength it built. A birch tree grows in a cluster, 3 white trunks rising from one root system, supporting each other, their branches intermingling above. This is a memory of fear, of feeling alone and vulnerable, of a time when anxiety made everything seem threatening and unsafe. But look how the birch has grown, you think. Not one trunk, but 3, supporting each other, stronger together than any single trunk could be alone. The fear led to reaching out, to asking for help, to finding connection, to discovering you weren't as alone as you thought. The white bark of the birch glows in the lantern light, bright and beautiful, marked with dark horizontal lines that look almost like eyes, like the tree is watching over the garden. You examine the place where the 3 trunks join at the base, where they share roots and resources. This is what fear taught you, that it's okay to need others, to lean on community, to share burdens. The lesson was painful, but valuable. A pine tree grows in one corner, evergreen and fragrant, its needles dark green and glossy. This is a memory of endurance, of getting through something difficult, not by overcoming it spectacularly, but by simply continuing, day after day, putting one foot in front of the other, when that was all you could do. The pine is steady and constant, unchanging through seasons, always green. You appreciate its reliability, its quiet strength. Not all difficult memories involve dramatic moments. Some involve the long, slow work of endurance, of showing up, of not giving up. The pine reminds you of your own capacity to endure, to remain yourself even under pressure. You tend each tree with respect and care. You don't try to remove them or make them smaller. You don't wish them away. Instead, you make sure they're healthy, that they have what they need to continue being the strong, sheltering presences they've become. You clear away weeds from their bases, small invasive plants that might interfere with their growth or compete for resources. You water them when needed, checking the soil moisture deep down where the roots need it most. You feed their roots with good compost, rich with nutrients. The trees are not your enemies. They're part of your garden, part of your story. They provide structure and shelter for the entire greenhouse. They create shade for plants that can't take full sun, protecting the delicate shade, loving ferns and mosses. They're homes for birds and beneficial insects. They're beautiful in their own way, these trees of difficulty. Not beautiful like flowers, but beautiful like mountains, like old stones, like anything that's endured and remained and grown stronger through challenge. The vines of bittersweet memory. Between the flowers and the trees grow the vines, and these might be the most complex plants in the garden. They represent memories that hold both joy and sorrow, love and loss, beauty and pain, all tangled together. A wisteria vine climbs a trellis near the potting bench, its cascades of purple flowers hanging like grapes, beautiful and fragrant. This is a memory of something that ended, but was beautiful while it lasted. A relationship that didn't last forever, but was real and meaningful. A time in your life that you had to leave behind, but are grateful to have experienced. The wisteria blooms are stunning, their perfume sweet and a little sad. You understand that bittersweet doesn't mean less valuable. Sometimes the most precious memories are the ones tinged with loss, because the loss proves how much the thing mattered. You prune the wisteria carefully, maintaining its shape, preventing it from taking over other plants, but allowing it plenty of room to cascade and bloom. Bittersweet memories need boundaries, need to be kept from overwhelming everything else. But they also need to be honored, to be given their place. Ivy grows along the base of several trees, its leaves dark green and glossy. This represents continuity, the way some experiences connect to others, how one memory leads to another. The ivy doesn't harm the trees it grows beside. Instead, it creates a tapestry, a green network that links past and present, difficulty and joy, showing how everything is connected. You make sure the ivy is healthy, but not invasive, that it's adding to the garden's beauty without strangling other growth. Balance, you think. That's what tending memory requires. Balance and care, and the wisdom to know what to encourage and what to gently limit. Honeysuckle winds around a garden arch, its tubular flowers releasing sweet fragrance into the humid air. This is a memory of summer love, of young passion, of something that burned bright and sweet and brief. You can still taste the nectar of it, still feel the warmth. It didn't last, but it was real, and the memory of it is still sweet, still worth keeping. You guide the honeysuckle's new growth, training it around the arch, creating beauty from what was. The plant is vigorous and healthy, blooming profusely. Some memories become more beautiful with distance, you realize, when the complications fade and only the essence remains. The Seedlings of New Memories. Near the potting bench is a nursery area with small pots and trays of seedlings. These are the newest memories, the ones still forming. The experience is so recent, you're not yet sure what they'll become. Some seedlings are already showing their nature. A small rosebud is forming on one stem, promising to be a happy memory once it's fully grown. A sapling with characteristics of oak suggests a difficulty you're currently processing, something that will grow into strength. But others are still mysterious, just green shoots with a few leaves, their ultimate form not yet clear. You water them all with equal care, making sure each has the light and nutrients it needs. You don't rush them. You don't try to force them to reveal themselves before they're ready. You simply tend them and trust that they'll grow into what they need to be. One seedling catches your attention. It's struggling slightly, its leaves a bit yellow, its stem weak. This is a recent experience you're having trouble with, something you're not sure how to process or where it belongs in your garden. You gently transplant it into better soil, add some fertilizer, give it more light. Sometimes new memories need extra care, extra attention before they can find their place and thrive. You make a note to check on this one regularly, to give it what it needs. Not all memories grow easily. Some need more tending than others. That's okay. That's part of the work. You move to the potting bench at the center of the greenhouse, the heart of your tending work. The bench is made of old wood, worn smooth by use, stained with soil and water and time. Tools hang neatly on hooks on the wall behind it. Pots of various sizes are stacked to one side. Bags of soil and fertilizer sit beneath the bench. On the bench surface is a clay pot with a plant you're working on. It's a difficult memory that you've recently uprooted from where it was growing wild and tangled, and you're in the process of giving it proper space, proper care, proper acknowledgement. The plant is a climbing rose, beautiful but thorny, with roots that had become bound and twisted. You're carefully loosening the roots, untangling them, giving them room to spread in fresh soil. This is the work of processing memory, of taking something painful and finding a way to let it breathe, to let it grow in a healthier way. The work requires patience and gentleness. You can't rush it. You can't force the roots apart, or they'll break. You have to slowly, carefully tease them loose, giving them room to extend naturally. As you work, you notice something. At the very center of the root ball, where the roots are most tangled, there's a small stone. You carefully work it free and hold it in your palm. It's smooth and round, ordinary, and yet somehow significant. This stone represents the core of the difficult memory, the hard truth at its center. You could throw the stone away, bury it, hide it, but instead you wash it clean and place it on a shelf where other stones sit, each one from a difficult memory you've processed. They're your collection of hard truths, your gallery of things faced and acknowledged. They're no longer buried in the roots of your garden, but they're not discarded either. They're honored, kept, remembered. You finish repotting the rose, giving it fresh soil rich with nutrients, a larger pot with room to grow, a small trellis to climb. You water it gently and place it in a good spot where it will get the light and warmth it needs. In time, this difficult memory will bloom. It will become something you can look at without pain overwhelming you. It will become part of the garden that gives your life depth and meaning. With the major tending work done, you pick up the watering can. It's old and dented, made of copper that's gone green with age and moisture, developing a beautiful patina over the years of use. The handle is worn smooth where your hand always grips it, fitting perfectly to your palm. The long spout is slightly bent, but still pours perfectly, allowing you to reach even the plants in the back corners, to water precisely where needed without splashing leaves unnecessarily. You fill the can from a rain barrel that sits in one corner of the greenhouse, collecting the condensation that forms on the glass ceiling and drips down through a series of channels and gutters. This water is perfect for the plants, soft and pure, exactly the right temperature from sitting in the warm greenhouse air, free of chemicals and minerals that might harm delicate roots or sensitive leaves. You begin making your rounds, watering each plant according to its specific needs. The roses get generous drinks, the water poured slowly at their bases, soaking deep down to reach their extensive root systems. You can hear the soil accepting the water, that soft sound of liquid being absorbed, of thirsty earth drinking its fill. The roses seem to perk up immediately, their leaves brightening, their blooms opening a fraction more. The succulents, few though they are in this humid space, get just a sip. Their thick leaves store water efficiently, and too much moisture would rot their roots. You give each one a small drink, just enough to maintain them, respecting their desert nature, even here in this greenhouse environment. The ferns, growing in the shadier spots beneath the larger trees, get a fine misting rather than direct watering. You adjust the spout to create a gentle spray and watch as tiny droplets settle on their fronds like dew, catching the lantern light and sparkling like diamonds. The ferns seem to sigh with contentment, their delicate fronds uncurling slightly in response to the moisture. As you water, you notice things you missed before during the more focused work of pruning and tending. A spider has spun a perfect web in one corner, stretching between a rose trellis and a nearby shelf, its silk catching the light and creating a pattern of extraordinary delicacy. The web is a work of art, geometric and precise, beautiful in its construction. You're careful not to disturb it as you water nearby plants. A small frog sits near the water pool, partially hidden under a large leaf, its throat pulsing contentedly, its eyes bright and aware. You wonder how it got into the greenhouse, but you're glad it's here. It belongs to the ecosystem, eating insects, adding its small life to the greater whole. The frog watches you work with calm attention, unafraid, simply present. A butterfly, somehow finding its way into the greenhouse through some crack or vent you can't identify, rests on a flower with its wings gently opening and closing in that slow, measured way that butterflies have. Its wings are beautiful, deep blue with markings of orange and white. It's resting, perhaps trapped, perhaps simply enjoying the warmth and the abundance of flowers. You make a mental note to open a vent later, to give it a way out if it wants to leave, though part of you hopes it will stay. The greenhouse is alive, you realize as you continue your watering rounds, not just with your memories given form as plants, but with life that's grown around and within those memories. The spider and the frog and the butterfly, the beneficial insects crawling in the soil, the earthworms you can see sometimes when you turn the earth, the microorganisms breaking down organic matter and creating rich humus. It's an ecosystem, complete and balanced, supporting itself, growing and changing and thriving. Memory and life intertwined, you think, supporting each other, creating something larger than either could be alone. Your memories provide the structure, the plants, the framework, and life fills in the spaces, adds unexpected beauty, creates connections and cycles you never planned, but which make the whole thing richer, more complex, more real. The watering is meditative work, requiring presence and attention, but not intense thought. Your mind can wander slightly, resting in the simple physicality of the task, the sound of water on leaves, on soil, creating a gentle rhythm, the smell of wet earth rising up, rich and fundamental, the smell of growth and life and possibility, the satisfaction of seeing dry soil darken with moisture, of seeing plants perk up as their thirst is quenched, of knowing you're providing what's needed. You water slowly, thoroughly, missing no plant, forgetting no corner. Each plant gets exactly what it needs, no more, no less. The work teaches you about attention, about presence, about the importance of meeting things where they are, rather than where you wish they were. Some plants need much, some need little. Both are valid. Both deserve care. Even the large trees get watered, though they're established, and their roots run deep. You pour water generously around their bases, knowing it will soak down to where their deepest roots can access it. Even strong memories need tending. Even old growth needs care. Nothing in the garden is beyond the need for attention, for care, for the regular work of maintenance. The seedlings in their pots get special attention. You water them with a gentle hand, making sure not to wash away the soil or disturb their delicate new roots. These newest memories are fragile, still finding their form, still deciding what they'll become. They need consistency, gentleness, patience. You provide all three, watering carefully, checking that the soil drains properly, ensuring they have what they need to grow strong. As you finish the watering and return the can to its place beside the rain barrel, you notice your hands are dirty, soil under your nails, moisture on your palms. It's a good feeling, this evidence of work, of engagement with the physical world of the greenhouse. Your back is slightly tired from bending and reaching. Your arms have that pleasant fatigue that comes from repetitive but satisfying work. You feel grounded, present, connected to the garden and to yourself. As you finish your watering and return the can to its place, you look up through the glass ceiling of the greenhouse. Night has fully fallen outside, and the sky is clear and full of stars. The moon is up, nearly full, its silver light filtering down through the glass panels. The glass is fogged slightly with condensation, creating a soft, diffused quality to the moonlight. It's beautiful, this view. Inside, you're warm and surrounded by green life. Outside is a cool night, vast and peaceful. You notice that the glass isn't perfectly clean. There are spots and streaks, places where rain has dried or birds have left marks. But somehow this makes it more beautiful, not less. The imperfections create patterns in the light, make the view more interesting, more real. Your memories are like this too, you think. Not perfect, not crystal clear, but real and true, and marked by time and experience. The imperfections are part of their beauty, part of their value. You could clean the glass, could make it spotless and clear, but you choose not to. The slight dimness, the gentle diffusion of light creates the perfect atmosphere in the greenhouse. Too much harsh, clear light would be too intense. This softness is exactly right. Your work is done for tonight. The plants are all tended, watered, cared for. The greenhouse is in good order. Everything is as it should be. You move to the wooden bench in the clearing and sit down. The bench is worn smooth by many sessions of sitting, of resting after work, of simply being present in the garden. It's comfortable and solid, positioned so you can see most of the greenhouse from this one spot. You sit and simply breathe, simply rest, simply exist in this space you've created and tended. The warmth surrounds you. The scent of earth and flowers fills your lungs. The quiet sounds of the greenhouse wash over you. Water dripping somewhere. Leaves rustling in the warm air currents. The occasional soft sound of something growing, expanding, reaching. The flowers bloom in their beds, beautiful and vibrant. The trees stand strong and sheltering. The vines connect and flow. The seedlings rest in their pots, growing quietly in the dark. Everything is tended. Everything is cared for. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. And so are you. You're a gardener of memory, a tender of experience, a caretaker of your own story. This work you've done tonight, this gentle tending and caring, this is important work. This is the work of being human, of processing what you've lived, of making meaning from experience. You feel proud of your garden. Not everything in it is beautiful in the conventional sense. Some of it is difficult, painful even, but all of it is real. All of it is yours. And all of it, when properly tended, when given the care it deserves, contributes to the rich ecosystem of your life. You let your eyes close, just for a moment, just to rest them. The warmth of the greenhouse wraps around you like a blanket. The bench supports you perfectly. The sounds of growth and life surround you. You could stay here all night if you wanted. The greenhouse is always warm, always welcoming. Your memories are always here, growing and changing, waiting for you to return and tend them. But sleep is calling you now. Rest is needed. The work is done. And it's time to let go, to trust that the garden will continue growing even while you sleep, that the plants will do what plants do, which is slowly, steadily, surely grow toward light. You stand from the bench, taking one last look around. The lanterns cast their warm glow. The moonlight filters through the glass. The plants rest in their beds and pots, content and cared for. You walk slowly to the door, your hand trailing along leaves as you pass. A final touch, a good night to the garden. At the door, you pause and look back. The greenhouse is beautiful in the night, a glowing sanctuary of green and growth, a testament to everything you've experienced and survived and learned. Tomorrow, or the next day, or whenever you need to, you'll return. There will be more tending to do, more watering, more pruning, more planting. New memories will arrive as seedlings, needing to be potted and placed. Old plants will need attention. The work of tending memory is never truly done. But that's okay. That's good even. It means you're alive, experiencing, growing. It means your garden continues to expand and evolve. It means you're engaged with your life, not avoiding it. You open the door and step out into the cool night air. The contrast makes you appreciate both the warmth you're leaving and the freshness you're entering. Both are good. Both are needed. You close the door gently behind you, hearing the soft click of the latch. The greenhouse glows behind you, a warm beacon in the dark garden. You walk back down the stone path, your footsteps quiet, your body tired from good work, your mind peaceful and clear. Sleep now, dear gardener. Your memories are tended. Your garden is cared for. Everything is growing as it should. Rest knowing that difficult memories can become strong trees that provide shelter, that happy memories bloom brightly when given care, that all of it together creates a rich garden full of life and meaning. The greenhouse will be there when you wake. Your memories will continue their slow, steady growth, and you can return whenever you need to, whenever something needs tending, whenever you want to sit on the bench and simply be present among the growing things. But for now, rest. Let sleep take you gently, like settling into warm soil, like being wrapped in soft leaves, like resting in the shade of a strong tree. Your garden is beautiful. Your memories are honored. Your work is good and worthy. Sleep deeply. Rest well. Dream of growing things. All is tended. All is well. All is exactly as it should be. Good night, gardener. Good night.